How's everyone's? Y'all ready for round two? All right, round two of the Crumbl cookie cook-off. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. We're gonna try their apple pie. Now I get to cheat on this one because I'm not gonna have to make the apple pie stuff, because I did that last year. So I get to cheat and use some of my own apple pie mixture that I had made. Obviously, we're going to have to cut them apples up just a little bit. But this is deliciousness in your mouth hole, and I already know that. So we ain't going to muck around with that, because why? Right? Right. Okay, so let me get all my dry ingredients, because we got to make the cookie base, and we'll rock and roll from there. So hang tight. All right, babies, we have a half a cup of butter, which is 1 stick, and brown sugar. Beat that into submission. All right, once we are light and fluffy, we are going to mix in 1 egg, 1 tablespoon of molasses. Yes, I have molasses because I make brown sugar, which we got to make because I just about used it all. And a teaspoon of vanilla. Put that in there. Mix it nice and nice. All right, babies, we have all that mixed in. To that, we're going to add our dry. That is 1/4 cup of rolled oats, old-fashioned rolled oats. That is 1.5 cups of all-purpose flour. I'm going off memory. Shut up. Tablespoon of cornstarch, teaspoon of baking powder with a pea, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/2 teaspoon of if I left anything out, y'all know what to do. We're going to put here and here, do the same thing. Just mix it until it's incorporated. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to clean off the blade, and we'll mix the rest of that by hand. All right, so what it's telling us to do is we're going to take about 1 tablespoon of this cookie mixture and put it off to the side. I might do just a little bit more. And then it's saying to basically section out this dough. God, you think I was doing hair. Separate out the dough into 7. So this is going to make 7 cookies. Okay, biggins. 7 big cookies. We don't have to do anything but just put her in the oven. Now, as usual, you know I don't like 350. 325 is my magic number, and that is exactly what I'm going to do. So we're going to roll these out, put them in a ball, get them on the parchment, and then it said to take 1/4 of a measuring cup for the circle. Put an indention in, and then we're going to cook them for about 12 minutes. So let me get that done, and we'll come back before we go in the oven. All right, babies. We got 8, so apparently I didn't make these as big as I was supposed to. So I'm going to give you the pro tip of the day, because the recipe does not tell you that. Here is my 1/4 of a cup measurement. Dip that in some flour before you do that, because it sticks. You're welcome. Now, we're going to put these in the oven. They're already preheated. It says to bake them for 12 minutes. I'm going to put them at 9, and then we'll start looking. All right, so this is this batch out of the oven. You can see we lost our indention, so I'm going to let that cool just a little bit, and then I'm going to smash it down again. And then basically, these are the ones that are cooling. I smashed those down. I took some of my apple pie mixture, and I just chopped it up a little bit so that it was smaller pieces basically to eat. Stupid me, I forgot to save some of this cookie for the Crumbl. So I stole some from the peach cobbler, so it'll all work out. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. All right, so you don't want to let them cool down a whole lot because they still need to be pliable. Is just take it in the middle and press again, so we make sure that we've got a little bit of an indention. Just some place for that apple pie to live. You know what I mean? It's probably also why we got 8 cookies instead of 7, and I had forgotten about it. So there we go. I'm going to take these off, let them cool, and then we'll put the pie mixture in. All right, so there is the Crumbl. That was for the peach cobbler one. So we're just going to let this cool completely, and then basically we'll top them, and they'll be ready to go. This batch, I left a little less done than the first batch because I want to test versus their kind of crunch versus maybe just a little bit softer. So 4 are a little more done, 4 are a little less done, and we'll see. I left that underneath there on accident and it broke my cookie. But these aren't for anybody. This is just test kitchen. So learn from your mistakes. All right, babies. These are done. So I did a little extra. I decided to go ahead and put a little bit of icing over the top of it, which is just powdered sugar, some half and half, and some vanilla. And then I put a little bit of the flaky sea salt on it because, you know, it's probably going to be sweet. So I wanted to kind of cut that down just a little bit. So we're going to get that one that broke, and we're going to try a little piecey piece. Hang on. All right. So here we go. This is the dupe for the Crumbl apple pie cookie. This is going to be the battle to the death. I've done stabbed them 3 or 4 times and they in a chokehold. I'm just going to tell you that already. We added the icing and the flaky sea salt just because I could do that. And I used my pie filling. I didn't make their recipe because I had my own. So I didn't. All right. So this is the one that broke in half. So we'll go ahead and we'll finish breaking it. This is also the one that wasn't cooked quite as much, just so you can see. That looks like a bite. Alrighty, from my kitchen to yours. Cheers. Okay. Ooh. I just got a hit of the salt. Now, I'm going to be honest. I've never had Crumbl's apple pie cookie. So I don't know what it tastes like. I'll be honest with you. Most of them are like, meh. They're not all that great. You shut your mouth. This thing's delicious. That's enough to make you want to smack your kids. Oh, it's not too sweet. That could be because it's my apple pie. My apple pie isn't overtly sweet. But the cookie's really good. And it's tasty just all by itself. Of course, I like anything with molasses in it too, so. I'm going to call this one a 6 A's. We'll definitely do this one. For sure, for sure. Didn't take a whole lot. Now, we ran into a little problem with the peach cobbler one. Nothing's supposed to sit overnight. We'll see what happens. Anyway, if y'all like what I did and you want to try it and you want the recipe, you know what you do. Comment down below because it's on Pinterest. Love you, bye.